Hey, what's up everyone, Blade here, and welcome back to another video of Raid Shadow Legends. And inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going over my feelings over the game, pros and cons as per usual here, seeing it has been a good 2 months that we've been playing this. Now, you guys know, whether these videos are sponsored or not, I always give you my utmost opinion here, and although some people aren't going to believe it, it is what it is. You can think what you think, but I am going to give you my honest opinion on this and how I felt over 2 months. So if you guys are interested, you should hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out. If you do want to go ahead and use my code for the last time, because this is going to be the final sponsorship video I do for Raid Shadow Legends. If you want to go ahead and use my code, use my link, check down below in the description. You'll be able to get Tholen Foulbeard, which is this legendary right here, as well as Ezio pretty much for free. Ezio, you're going to get him from a crossover event that's happening just by logging in 7 days. You get him. Absolutely crazy unit, by the way. And then by also going ahead and using the code Desert Queen, you get yourself to Hanorak, which is another legendary. And by playing the game, you get a bunch of cool epics like Tagore here, which is going to be really cool. But with that all out the way, watch this little advertisement real quick and we'll get into the video. Before we continue with the video, be sure to support my channel by clicking the link in the description and starting a new Raid Shadow Legends account. You'll also get $200 worth of free goodies, a legendary champion, as well as 4 awesome epics as you level up. Make sure to use the code Desert Queen as well to get another legendary if you want to, and this helps out not only just me but the channel a lot, so be sure to click that link and join me in Raid now. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way here, the one thing I want to put out there, this is my honest opinion, and many of you guys are probably not going to want to admit it here, but it is an honest opinion. I'm going to have a bunch of pros, I'm going to have a bunch of cons. It's kind of going to be like my old pro and con video that I did a while back here, but I thought this was a fitting video to do, especially since it's going to be my last recorded video about this game on the channel. Now, I will be playing this, just as a disclaimer here. You guys will see me on this all the time in Discord. You will see me on this in my live streams when I want to play it, and I will be on this pretty much all the time. It's just a good game that I can have in the background that fits, right? A lot of these days, especially when it does come down to newer gachas, many of them are very fast paced. You're very always something to do here, or not really always something to do, but very fast paced events and stuff like that, where you're always going to do something, but it's going to be very quick. And this game for me, which is one of the reasons that I enjoy it so much, is more of a step back and a good breath, take a breath of fresh air, right? And I want to say, with that in mind, that's probably why I enjoy it so much. It allows me to slow down, it allows me to grind, and I can feel the reward of grinding itself. So one of the main things that I want to go over after playing this game for 2 whole months here is the aspect of gameplay. Gameplay to just non-gameplay ratio here is like the old school games, right? Where you had, of course, your stamina. You're always gonna have a small bit of it. It's never gonna be like, oh, I can crazy get this done. I can get all this stuff done. There's other things I can do in the meantime when I don't have stamina. No, once you have your stamina gone, that's it. You're pretty much done. You have to wait till that comes back, or you spend the extra cash or spend the extra gems in order to refresh your character. And for me, originally it was a problem, and then I started to snap back into how I used to play a lot of games. Games like Epic 7, games that actually had these tower building. I think there was one that I used to play that was called Royal Revolt, where when you ran out of your stamina, that was it. You were done, right? And I was appeased with that back then, and I finally had to snap into that when I came into this game. And it's one of the things that I do enjoy the most about this game. It's that lovely time to take your time and see the fruits of at least your labor that you've been doing on the account, whether it's been continuous grinding for a single piece of gear, grinding up to get some characters. I've enjoyed that pacing for this game, and the one thing with Raid Shadow Legends I gotta say is they've done that very well. It's something that you don't see a lot in newer games today, so I am glad that I've gotten the experience to play this game a lot, and it makes it freaking great. But one of the other things that I have to say about this game for the 2-month experience, one of my main gripes, seeing I'm going to do this more of a, all right, they did this right, but here's they did wrong type situation. The god dang shop, bro. Okay, there's not much that I complain about, but consistently getting slapped in the face with these type of things, whether it's offers or not, this is why I say the game is not meant for everybody. Not only is it because of the slower pace, but this game pushes itself on you as a pay to win game, and you absolutely notice it. If we even go to just some of the basic prices here, right? Let's take some of these, such as like the summoning currency, right? 3 void shards for $70. Yeah, you get some gold. This is easily farmable, so there's no need. The gems are pretty darn nice, which is really what you're paying for. And then you get the 3 void shards. Well, if we look at the actual rates of these void shards, you get a 91.5% chance of getting a rare, an 8% chance of getting an epic, and a freaking 0.5% of what you really want here, which is a legendary. Out of all of this here, it doesn't matter. If you're using these here, 90% of the time, or majority of the time, you're always going to get a rare. You're never going to get like an epic sometimes, and you're rarely going to get a legendary. And I have a huge gripe on that because it's part of the shop system that it honestly doesn't try to to mask itself as a free-to-play game. It is heavily pay to win. It is something that it makes it very known with the immense amount of pop-ups, and as much as I do hate it, it's a good business move on their part because they know their audience. They're going to, obviously this game has lived for years on years, and as much as I do hate that, it's a business. It works, and if it works, why fix it? So they've done this in a way that honestly I have to applaud them for. It's just not my type of thing on that, but it's not going to stop me from playing. Now, the one thing that they did do right with that one negative right here, the other thing that they did right is the immense amount of content. I've been enjoying my time for the last 2 months on this game just because even on my old account where I didn't have as much stamina, there was always something to do. I could either use my stamina or use my gems to get more stamina. Luckily, gems you can get by just passively doing the mine farm. You will use a little bit of your gems, get some more stamina, max it out, continue your grinding, which is nice. It feels great. But the other thing that feels great about the game is I have arena to do. I have tag team arena, which both have their own different staminas. Perfect. Once I get to 50, I'll have live arena, which is probably going to freaking toss me around, but still something to do. You got faction wars, which is insane, and I haven't even clicked on this inside of this account here, but we got faction wars, we got clan boss, doom tower, and all of this stuff have their own staminas that allow you to continue doing something. Whenever you don't have actual stamina or don't have actually something to do, there will always be something else to do, and I love that feeling. With other games, you don't really get that. Okay, you get your batch of just events, get your batch of stuff. If it isn't an anniversary period or if it isn't the release of a game, you're usually not having a ton of stuff to do. You will do all your stuff, you're going to be bored for a good month or two, and that's it. This game, with how it's structured, how it is, luckily keeps you entertained for quite a while, especially if you're a person who has something to work for. The game sets itself up with goals. If I wanted to make Ezio stronger, I already know what I need to do. I need to get me a better weapon here. This is a 4-star weapon. Although it has amazing substats here, I need to get me a better weapon, and I need to continue grinding this set effect until I get that better weapon with some great substats. That is a long-term goal, and you always have something to strive for with that, which I do appreciate. Even when I'm out of stamina, I can focus on something else that isn't this, that he still would need. I need somehow to get up my account with different mats. Well, some of these mats are in Doom Tower. Well, guess what? I got keys to do Doom Tower. That's going to get me these mats that I need to build either gear, to get more stamina, to get more gems. And this isn't something that's just because I'm behind years on years. No, this is stuff that is always happening that resets. This is a 2-week, if I'm right, a 2-week thing that just resets bi-weekly, and it always gives you stuff to do, which is really cool. I love that about this game, and over the 2 months after finally snapping into my main thought process of how this game does work, it makes it really fun to me. I really do enjoy that, and people are probably gonna be like, no, you're just saying it for the advertisement. I'm gonna straight up be honest with you. Money's freaking awesome, but this is mainly my own personal just likes about the game. It's pretty freaking cool to feel like you actually have something to do and never feel like I don't have anything to do in the game. Even when there's small stuff that you don't think about, there's things like this that's AFK stuff that I can then go over here and look around and be like, oh, I think I have these characters. Let me just toss them in for some more boost. There's something to do. You got characters to strive for. You got stuff that you can just inlay to really assist your account which is something that's always great, and you won't know until you start to look for it yourself, which is very cool to me. Now, the other thing that I want to at least complain about, this is mainly just a personal harp here that I don't have, or at least that I kind of have, is forging some of the gear. The gear for me is not the hardest thing, because you can always go into like the dungeons to get some of these, but some of these sets to building them is actually crazy, because the only way you're getting some of these mats are from Doom Tower or Faction War, which does freaking suck. All right, if you're anyone like me, I hate that that is there to an extent, but I also respect it, because then it gives you a long-term goal. But the sucky part is, dude, it sucks trying to get some of this stuff, man. It really does. It sucks trying to get some of this stuff, which is what I kind of hate the most with it. But honestly, I think it's a double-edged sword, where I love it because, of course, that long-term goal is great, but I also hate it because it takes so freaking long. But I think that's just personally a problem I have. Other than that, Raid has been a freaking journey that I've been enjoying. And although in this 2 months I can't continue with the sponsorship, I can continue to play the game how I want to play the game, and I will be, because it's a freaking awesome game to say the least. I know a lot of you guys were probably expecting to hear me kind of trash on it or anything like that, but that's not just the case. Although the game isn't meant for everybody, I can definitely say it's meant for me. As a person who I've just like kind of this slowdown period and like to be able to play some of these older games, it's definitely a fun thing for myself, and allows me to really go back to the years of playing those old school games, honestly, and enjoy a lot of my time with them. Feel like the time is somewhat respected, which is awesome. But I know a lot of you guys are probably going to go over this and be like, nah, it's not okay. I still think this game has a huge spot in my heart here, and I'm gonna continue because I have a lot of things to do on it anyways. But you guys let me know, are you going to be playing Raid? Have you played Raid? How do you feel about it? And if you're a long-term player, how do you feel about it now? I want to know. I'm very interested. But as the final video for the channel about this game, I gotta say, thank the folks who sponsored me for giving me this actual opportunity. And till next time, guys, you may see it again on the channel, long future, but I'ma still be playing. So till then, peace out. Be sure to support my channel by clicking the link in the description and starting a new Raid Shadow Legends account. You'll also get $200 worth of free goodies, a legendary champion, as well as 4 awesome epics as you level up. Make sure to use the code Desert Queen as well to get another legendary if you want to, and this helps out not only just me but the channel a lot. So be sure to click that link and join me in Raid now. I appreciate all you guys, and peace out.